When you hear that Lizzo has released an album called Bitch, you probably expect a project filled with aggressive empowerment records, explicit lyrics, and the type of music that dominates social media conversations today. But after listening to this album, I can confidently say that the title Bitch is probably the most misleading thing about the entire project. Because this is not that kind of album. In fact, this may be one of the most mature and musically rich projects Lizzo has ever made. One of the biggest issues with Lizzo's career has always been branding. Lizzo the public personality and Lizzo the musician often feel like two different people. The version of Lizzo that dominates headlines sometimes overshadows just how talented she actually is as a songwriter and vocalist. Listening to Bitch, I couldn't help but feel that people often underestimate her ability to create emotionally driven music. The album is surprisingly vulnerable. Instead of celebrating being a bad bitch in the way modern pop culture often uses the phrase, Lizzo uses it to describe someone who has gone through difficult situations and come out stronger. That idea runs throughout the project. When you break the album down, most of the songs revolve around two major themes. The first is love, while the second is rebuilding yourself after life knocks you down. Take Happy to Be, for example. This is one of the warmest records on the album. The song talks about rediscovering joy through love and emotional support. What makes it effective is that it doesn't rely on grand romantic cliches. Instead, it focuses on the comfort of having someone who understands you during difficult moments. The production also deserves praise. The funky instrumentation feels timeless and gives the song an uplifting energy. Then you have Don't Make Me Love You, which might be one of the most relatable songs on the project. The song captures the fear of investing your emotions in someone who isn't fully committed. Rather than presenting heartbreak as weakness, Lizzo frames it as a lesson in self-respect. Production-wise, this album is one of Lizzo's strongest efforts. With Ricky Reed serving as the project's creative anchor, the music is deeply rooted in black musical traditions. Throughout the album you hear elements of soul, funk, R&B, hip-hop, and pop. What impressed me most is that the album doesn't sound like it is chasing trends. Instead, it sounds like Lizzo studying the music that inspired her and finding modern ways to reinterpret those sounds. A great example of this is She Stole My Man. The record combines soft rock textures, pop melodies, and humorous storytelling. The concept itself is funny because it revolves around developing an imaginary relationship with a celebrity crush and then becoming jealous when you discover he's dating someone else. The song is playful, self-aware, and shows that Lizzo has a strong sense of humor as a songwriter. But if I had to choose the best song on the album, my answer would easily be Whose Hair Is This?
Whose hair is this in your bed?
Everything about this record works. The storytelling is engaging. The vocal performance is excellent. The production feels heavily inspired by classic soul music. The song takes a simple situation and transforms it into an entertaining narrative filled with suspicion, heartbreak, humor, and self-awareness. More importantly, it showcases Lizzo's strengths as both a vocalist and storyteller. For listeners who appreciate traditional black music, this song feels like a reminder of why soul music remains timeless. The album also shines when it comes to confidence. Songs like A Bitch and That Girl aren't really about arrogance. They're about self-acceptance. Lizzo acknowledges criticism, embraces her imperfections, and refuses to let other people's opinions define her. That message feels authentic because it comes from someone who has spent years being one of the most scrutinized artists in popular culture. Now, the album is not perfect. Its biggest weakness is cohesion. There are moments when the project jumps between genres so frequently that it can feel slightly scattered. One moment you're hearing funk, the next you're hearing soul, then soft rock, hip-hop influences, and contemporary pop. The quality of the songwriting remains high, but the listening experience can sometimes feel like moving through different playlists rather than a single tightly connected album. Some listeners will appreciate that variety, while others may find it difficult to connect with the project as a complete body of work. Still, I think the strengths outweigh the weaknesses. The songwriting is strong. The vocals are strong. The production is strong. And perhaps most importantly, the album feels sincere. In an era where image often takes priority over substance, Lizzo has delivered a project that puts the music first. Bitch isn't the album many people will expect. It's softer, deeper, and more reflective than its title suggests. It showcases Lizzo's appreciation for black music while delivering stories about love, heartbreak, resilience, and self-discovery. For me, this is one of Lizzo's strongest and most musically mature projects to date. But what do you think? Have you listened to the album? What's your favorite song? And do you think Whose Hair Is This is the best record on the project? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more music reviews.
And it felt just like a crime.